This little multiple choice question should be pretty easy, I would think, except it's designed to be deliberately confusing because look at this. See the domain here from -2 to 9, not including the -2 and yes, including the 9, but the range down here, the options for the range look the same as the domain. So it's designed to do your head in, guys, and we're not going to let it do that, are we? So just be very, very sure-footed. Perhaps do a little sketch graph like I've done there, and then put those x values in here and work out the y values. So when x is -2, y is going to work out to be 9. And when x is 9, y is going to work out to be -2. Yes, it really does do your head in unless you're careful with this. So what I'm saying here is f of -2 is 9, and you've got to be very careful here because the 9 is not included because the x wasn't included itself. Okay, the point -2 is not actually included because of this round bracket here. So, alright, now f of 9 is -2, but the -2 is included because the 9 was included. See how tricky this thing is? So you've got to really have your head together. So our range, therefore, is from -2 included up to 9 not included, which in itself does your head in a bit because it's the absolute reverse of the bracket situation is the absolute reverse of what we got in the domain. It was round bracket on the -2, closed bracket on the 9, and now it's closed bracket on the -2, round bracket on the 9. So yes, it should be simple, but it's a nasty little pasty in its own way, isn't it? So be careful and have your head together. So option A is correct, okay? Now, if you did that one just using the CAS or using the graph facility on the CAS, you might have got it right, but you might have found it a bit with this square bracket, round bracket notation unless you were very careful, okay? So I like to just ground myself by doing whatever I can do by hand and then using the CAS when necessary, but I just don't become a slave to the CAS because I find you miss some of the subtleties and the nuances of the question if you just robotically start dialing in stuff into the CAS handheld device and then relying on the answer which it spits out as all there is to know. Alright guys, hope you got something out of that, and all the best.